Welcome to the Olympic edition of the Penalty Loopy podcast, where we talk about all races and everything around the biathlon competizione from the 2026 Olympics in Antholz, Italy. Grazie for listening, and if you enjoy the podcast, leave us a 5 stars or a like on your podcasty platform, or send us a message on social media. Ciao, everybody. Buongiorno.
I really like it. You know, I think one of these times I'm going to get on here and think that I'm really talking to an Italian.
And you see my very tanned, dark
the olive
face.
Skin. Yeah, I'll be like, oh, it's Giorgio.
I see.
By the way, I don't know if Giorgio's listening. Probably not, because he's got better things to do. But we've talked a lot about, Tobias being just like a wonderful gentleman. Giorgio was just fantastic. I loved meeting him, so I just wanted to throw that in there. So if you're listening, Giorgio, you're an awesome dude. Hopefully you're going to be there in Oslo. I definitely want to see you again.
Yeah, that'd be great. I just love that picture we saw earlier in the Olympics where he was, standing right next to Maillet, and always the same hat for recognition.
Yes. I cut you off. You were going to jump right into something.
No, I just, I think our list eventually of people who we would like to see on the podium kept growing and growing. So the hit rate is more likely, or the chances, but I'm just so thrilled for Dale, and I just, it's almost the moment where Christensen comes across the finish line in 5th and is showing nothing but happiness for Dale. And I don't know. I still get goosebumps just thinking of it. It's
so much to talk about, but did you see, I don't know if on your feed they showed Ziggy Mazzet's reaction to when Dale hit his final 5 shots?
Well, he seemed quite happy.
Yeah, I mean, just like this explosion of joy, fist pumping, like the excitement of the Bow brothers. I don't know if you saw them. They were standing there commenting, and they were clearly so excited. You got to think that Dale is one of the most popular guys on that team. Just in terms of...
and especially what he went through, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
And didn't he also just have a child?
He did. Yeah.
Not very long ago?
I think his kid is I'm going to probably mess this up, 6 months old, 5 months old. I want to say September,
okay,
but I could be wrong. Yeah. And just, look, we can recap his whole career, right? He was 5th in the world in the season before the Beijing Olympics. Then that season didn't go great. He ends up on the IBU Cup, fights his way back to the World Cup in 22-23, 3rd overall in 23-24, just misses out on 2 discipline globes. He finishes 2nd in the pursuit and mass start globe races that year. Last year, their season isn't going awesome, and the depth of the Norwegian team sort of took over. He got bumped down to the IBU Cup, starts this season on the IBU Cup, wins 3 races to force himself back to the World Cup, and then just won't quit. He's just been amazing.
Yeah.
He won that race a couple of weeks ago, in Ruhpolding, and was so overwhelmed, and then obviously the super seed. I mean, this is the greatest race of his life. 20 for 20, the only time in his professional career that he's done that.
I know.
I think he only had six 10 for 10s before that. So just an amazing day.
Yeah, and I must say, specifically his 5th shot on the 3rd shooting, So the first standing shot, shooting his fifth shot, his barrel was just all over the place. And he hit it, but I kind of felt like, ooh, that's not really looking good for the last one, right? But because even if you look at the time, so his last shot was 9.8 seconds before he took it. He really took his time, and even then, it still looked like he was all over the place. But I mean, if it hits, it hits. And then his final shooting was just incredible. Like, no doubt. Didn't even have an edge shot, I think.
So, on the last lap of the individual, Johan Olaf Boten talked about how he felt like he was skiing with Bakken, there. I wonder if we'll hear Dale say something similar about the shoot, right? If he, not to get too like supernatural or anything, but just if he felt like a little bit of extra calm or something. Because like you said, he was moving all over the place with his barrel on that third shoot. And then the fourth shoot, it was like a different person out there. And it wasn't like he took it easy on lap 4. He definitely spread out his advantage to like, he gave himself a little cushion, because he was 25 seconds up going into the last shoot after being up 11 seconds on Horn and 21 seconds on Laegreid going into or coming out of the third shoot. So he gave himself, about a penalty lap cushion, especially with his ski speed. Didn't need it. Rock solid.
Yeah, and talking about skiing, I mean, what QFM put on there was quite a performance, eh? I didn't look at the loop times, but he must be the fastest today overall.
Overall, he is the fastest. Do you want to guess?
36 seconds.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Wow. And Dale is only 5th, but I guess you can take about, at least 10, 15 seconds off for slowing down in the end there.
Yeah, and I wonder, I think it was one of those early laps when maybe it was the second lap or the third lap. I think the third lap when there was a group of 5 of them that were sort of up at the front, and nobody really wanted to stress too much on that one. So I wonder if that held him back. And that was in particular one of the laps that Fillon Maillet did most of his chasing on. But yeah, that was.
So he was 5 behind in loop 1, 12 behind in loop 2, 12 behind loop 3. He lost 12 seconds on that loop. Then 4th loop, only 0.7.
Yeah. And that was
so
like the one lap when he really he was alone. He pushed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am just to close the loop on Dale-Skjevdal. I know we'll talk about him a little more later. I'm just so happy for him.
Oh,
truly seems like a nice guy. Everybody likes him. He's been a little bit upset sometimes when they dropped him to the IBU Cup, but I didn't think he made a big stink about it. Like, he just sort of was like, all right, I'll get over this. It seems like, he's been a great family man, obviously clearly has enormous love for his kid and his wife. And I think this is a very popular gold medal.
Yeah. And, he's not even that old, but also one of those guys who's been around for a very long time. And other than his, demotions to the IBU Cup, if you want to call it that. And then knowing how packed the Norwegian team is, and then just still be able to come back. And now there he is in the top, and just makes you realize that, if the Bow brothers were still racing and decided to retire at the end of the season, there would have been a good chance that Dale wouldn't even race.
That's completely true.
But, it's also clearly you got to take the opportunity when you can. And I'm sure there's a lot of people with me who were fearing the 4th shooting.
Yeah.
And the way he did it, I'm just so impressed. Because we know it's not something that he typically does, as you mentioned, and also Emil Hartvey emailed us again already and mentioned as well, like first time ever 20 for 20 in over 80 races with 4 shootings. The perfect time to do it.
It is. It is. It is. And just, I'm sure that
for him.
Yeah, and I'm sure that, you would love to win any race, but there's sort of something special about the mass start, knowing that you're going head to head with the other top guys. Like, this is it. Like, you're just throwing it down. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I will definitely savor this one. We had you already mentioned Quentin Fillon Maillet, who really from the start of the race or the start of the races in Antholz looked like he was the strongest in terms of skiing. I mean, he was exceptional in the individual, very fast, throughout. Obviously, incredible skiing again today. Overcame 4 misses to claim what is an especially sweet bronze medal. That's his 9th career Olympic medal. He is now tied with Johannes Dale-Skjevdal and Emil Høgli Svensson for second most Olympic medals of all time, behind only the great Bjorn Dahlen. It's crazy.
That's incredible.
Right? And you think about, I remember specifically, I have this clear memory of a race in Kontiolahti the season after Fourcade retired. And I believe it was a really disappointing weekend for the French, and there was all this pressure, like, is QFM, is he going to be up to the task of carrying on the French tradition for, in the absence of Fourcade, and I just, there was a lot of criticism of him. And now we sit here, 4 or 5 years later, and he has an overall World Cup. He has 9 Olympic medals, and it's fair to say that he has done a very good job of carrying on the French tradition.
Yeah. The utmost respect for how he always seems to perform at these big events.
Mm-hmm.
But I was happy that he didn't win today.
He's got enough. He needed to spread. This is his first bronze. He needed one. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
And to be very honest, if it was up to me, I would have been happier if he would have gotten in 4th and Philipp Horn would have got the bronze medal.
Yeah.
I just felt gutted for him.
Yeah, that was hard, man. And did you hear his interview afterwards? Probably not, because we started recording so quickly, but he said that the coaches told him that QFM was 6 seconds behind him coming off the range. And he said his first thought was, why him? You just know the
I saw that go out that way, and it's like, if there's one guy this race that you don't want chasing you down right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's life. But I mean, still, like, obviously the skis were at least okay, if not very good today for him. And yeah, the dreaded one miss, what if, but and that was his first shot. And he shot really fast, 11.9. Maybe a little too rushed, but I mean, that's always easy to say. But yeah, man, it's that was just really tough.
It was,
and in very similar mood. I feel awful for Giacomel, who to the second shooting, I think,
looked
really strong, and then I don't know what happened there, but.
To be fair, I don't know if anybody knows. The initial report was a hip. He also said that he couldn't breathe, so we'll find out, I guess. But there's too much uncertainty to even begin to speculate. But you feel bad, because it wasn't like he was running in 25th and then pulled off. Like, he was in first, so he had to be in mega pain to not be able to continue.
Mm-hmm. So another, I'm going to read the shooting time so you can guess who it was. It was a standing shooting, 15.4, 2.9, 11.8, 4.5, 2.5.
So there was an 11-second break between the second and third shot. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I can guess who it was?
It did not make any difference.
Was it Campbell Wright?
I mean, that's pretty tough, but it was.
Poor guy.
5 misses. Hofer, 4 misses in that same shooting. Zobel, 4 misses. I wonder if there was just like a big gust going through, or
there was something. So the wind was up and down. I
thought 4 misses
for the most part all day. But it had been quiet on the range the first 2 times, and then that time you saw the flag start blowing. And that's where the race turned, because you had a bunch of guys. I think going into somewhere on the second lap. I'm gonna pull it up. So going into the third shoot, you had the top 9 within 16 seconds. Navrath was 33 seconds back. So that was the top 10 within 33 seconds. And then after the third shoot, you had 4 guys within 33 seconds. One of those being Mikkel Kirchmarch, who also had a great day. It would have been a stunning second career Olympic medal if he would have pulled it off, but even still, finishing, what was it, 6th? Pretty darn good day. I feel like at some point we should mention Sturla. That he, a ho-hum, 19 for 20, silver medal, and that's his 5th medal of the Olympics. So he ties J. Thibault and QFM and Marta Roysland, what they did at the Beijing Olympics with 5 medals in a single games. And otherwise a completely uneventful Olympics for him, right?
Crazy enough, yeah.
They did mention on the broadcast today that he did apologize to Bakken, and he did apologize to the team, and he bought them dinner. Now that doesn't change, of course, the poor woman who, he brought into the whole mess. But I don't want to talk about that anymore because that's unsavory.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yep. I try to remember. No
gold, though.
No gold. I try to remember how I felt when he won the overall last year, and carry that feeling. And I think that Sturla is probably still in there. He just needs to find himself again. Just needs to get back to being himself. But not. It's an interestingly memorable Olympics for him.
I don't know. I think many of us can remember an experience where you did really weird things when you were like head over heels. Is that what you say?
Mm-hmm.
Head over toes?
Yeah.
Head over heels?
Head over heels, yeah.
In love with someone. I mean, and then for him, of course, it's very visible because he does it on national TV at an event that's watched by I don't know how many millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
He did put biathlon on the map on many countries.
He certainly
for
did.
Wrong reasons, but still.
Yep.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't want to.
Very very strange. But
I hope he can find someone else in his life.
Yeah,
or
he will. He'll grow up. He'll mature.
He's won her over, but
yeah, he'll mature. He'll figure it out.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, just from a biathlon perspective, like you have to respect that he clearly came into the season with a goal of, I have my overall, now I want my Olympics. And he did it, right? No golds, but 3 silvers, 2 bronze. I think, he had a medal in every non-relay because he didn't compete in the mixed relay. So then he medaled, every non-relay he got a medal. Anyway. Excellent. Mission accomplished for Sturla. Did you enjoy the Jacquelin experience? I am actually
who he is.
I'm glad. I hope
more, right?
I hope that a bunch of fans who have never really watched biathlon watched all of Jacquelin's Olympics, because you got to see the fade in the sprint. He wins the medal in the pursuit. He has the epic moment in the relay, and then he did the 100% Jacquelin experience. Go out, go hard, and not finish maybe where you wanted to.
Yeah.
He raced his race.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's getting clearer and clearer to me when he says, I want to win it my way. And for some people that may feel like, oh man, if you only take a little more time, here or there, you could win it. But if you it's so incredible though. So he has the 4 misses in the third shooting. And then you're like, he's kind of out of it by then. Comes back for the fifth shooting, 17.5 seconds. First shot, 11. Then 1.1, 0.9, 0.9, 0.8. And that last one was a miss, but he like we've seen in the past where he would just kind of slow down and kind of give up.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been out one on like full gas right till the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, in the shooting, he still went for it.
Yeah. Yep. He did. He raced his race to the end. And you got to say, he's probably pretty happy coming away from these Olympics with the bronze and the gold.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just one of those people that I'll be very, very sad the day he retires. But was it his birthday today or QFM?
I think it was Sturla's birthday today.
Sturla. Okay. I thought it was one of the French guys as well. But anyway, he's 30. Poof.
Got to stick around. I want to see him racing in front of French
talent
fans.
Coming up, right?
Yeah. Speaking of French, Perrault, looks like he was obviously quite fatigued after the relay and just didn't look like himself from the start today.
Yeah, and that makes me also think of the Swedish, and I don't know, I was going to say they didn't look like themselves, but, when you look at the whole Olympic championships or Olympics, they almost looked like themselves because other than the race from Ponsaloma when he won the gold, it was just not their Olympics. The fact that they were basically not in the race.
Never a factor.
Like almost, I can't even remember seeing them at some point. Like I had to look for them where they were at.
Ponsaloma led for like the first half of the first lap, and that was it. Never saw him again.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there were 2 big flashing warning signs with Samuelsson. Not that you needed them if you've been paying attention during this Olympics, but starts in bib 9, and by the time they got to the first shooting, he was in 18th position. He was running already, and obviously they're kind of strung out, but usually you'll see him at the front of that string. Cleans his first shoot, and then the second warning sign leaves the range 13 seconds back going to lap 2. By the time they get to the second shooting, he is 37 seconds back. And just shedding time all over the place. So, yeah. Campbell had pretty much the same problem, he also went clean. He was right around with Samuelsson and then just slipped back and never really had it. You talked about his go for broke first standing shoot that whatever, broke. As he would say, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and today he was the nail.
Yeah. No, and I'm thinking of, I think it's pretty well reviewed that Samuelsson doesn't do great in altitude. And I also wonder if that's something that as you are in altitude longer, if it just makes it worse for some.
Well, and did you hear what he did? After the relay, he went down into the valley to try to get to lower altitude to try to recover. I think for him, it's sort of like why not? What you're doing isn't working. You might as well try something else. Didn't work, but It was worth a shot, I think.
Yeah.
And this is hard, man. You're racing 2 weeks at altitude, hard races, high pressure. These guys got to be exhausted.
Well, and I would assume that oxygen is a big part of recovery.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Although, I don't know, you would think that they would have like oxygen tanks or whatever to help with that, to when they're recovering, to have additional oxygen. But I don't know. I'm just guessing. But felt bad for Hofer, who has been doing so well up to this point, actually, in the whole season.
Yeah, not his games. Finished he had 8 misses today. 25th. Down there next to Hartweg, 6 misses today. I'm the Finns.
It's just interesting that of all the days that Dala picks his 20 for 20 is a race where he's the only one to do it.
Yeah.
It's not one of those races where the weather conditions were awesome and there's 17 out of 30 shoot clean. Like this was a crazy race where we see people with up to 9, 2 athletes with 8, a whole bunch with 7, a whole bunch with 5. It's just crazy. There he is.
Yeah. Look, look at the back half of the top 10, right? So 6th through 10th all had 5 misses. So this is a crazy day. I would say roughly half the field had 5 misses or more. And then just eyeballing it, but maybe even more. It was not an easy day. This is not a Ruhpolding shooting day.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There were 11 athletes who had fewer than 5 misses.
Yeah, it's just a nuts. It's a crazy thing.
Well, Giacomel, I shouldn't include in that.
Well, sure, but yeah. So what? 10 athletes who finished who had less?
No, sorry. I meant instead of 11 out of 30, it's 11 out of 29. But still, it's the same point. Crazy shooting. Well,
and I would say also you throw in that Philipp Horn is not exactly a great shooter, and he only had 1 miss today. So you had 2 of your best shooters on the day are guys who hit in the low 80s. It's kind of sometimes races are like that. Sometimes biathlon is like that.
2 that only had 1 was Stalder, who we know is a really strong shooter, and Jakob Fock is a really strong shooter.
Especially happy for Jakob Fock. Honestly,
crazy conditions. Yeah, 16th.
Yeah,
and that's a great result.
Start of the season just didn't look very good. He had that knee surgery in December, so way to go, buddy. You did it. We didn't mention, I don't believe,
less than a year ago that he won.
Yeah, this is true. The most important sprint of the Olympics took place at the very end of this, where at the very back of the field you had Jesper Nelin, Fabien Claude, Nicola Romanen, and Campbell Wright, who came to a halt at the beginning of the finishing stretch and went into a wild sprint to the line. And Fabien Claude won the battle for honor. Romanen came in 28th and Campbell Wright in 29th. And let me tell you, that has Campbell Wright.
So I had a bit of a delay with the watch this morning. Yeah, and Jordan said, make sure you watch right to the end until they're all finished. And my initial response was, oh, what did Campbell do?
Of course, it had to be him.
It's gotta come from him. There's no way that it's not initiated by him.
Mm-hmm. I was going to mention the
crowd,
Finns.
Right? They went nuts.
Yeah, exactly. They they loved it. It was great, and they had fun with it. It was total joy and enthusiasm and just fun racing. The Finns, they had their historic mass start, putting 4 men into the race. Otto and Vinius was in 9th. Ali Hidensalo, who gave us so much joy earlier in the Olympics, 14th. Thomas Harjula in 15th, and Tero Seppala in 22nd. And all around, I think they have to be pretty happy. They made it and put up a good run. And Vinius was running towards the top there for a while.
Yeah, he just standing shooting is where he lost is most of his time. But I don't know if you go back to any race with 4 Finns in the lineup.
Yeah.
Not just mass starts, but any race, and look for the one where the worst was 22nd.
Pretty good day.
I know mass start is a bit different, but still.
Yeah.
But
they earned their way in. It's not like they were pre-booked. Like, they earned their way in with the Olympics, and they did it, man. And then we also had the 3 Swiss. Burkhalter was in 11th, Stalder in 13th, and we mentioned Hartweg in 24th. Anybody else today, or do you want to do a quick?
Yeah, No, I just thought Fabien Claude is he was so strong up till the Olympics and stuff, and then had the miss in the relay or misses with the penalty loop, and so I don't know, maybe some illness going on. I mean, clearly, I don't know if you saw the picture of him, but with both his brothers and. After winning the gold medal.
We're so happy.
When there must be so much additional stress when you're worried that you might be the one who costs the team the medal, the gold medal. And then to see your teammates, win it, and as a group win the whole thing together. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And that you can tell how close that family is.
Did you also Oh, yeah. Did you, sorry to jump back here, but did you see that at the finish, Claude is 45 minutes, 13.7, Manin 45 minutes, 14.0, and Wright 45, 14.0. And now I'm curious if there was a photo finish.
Did they actually take the time to do it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's just automatically sort of generated, or if they're like, whatever.
I'm sure it's automatically generated.
I'm guessing it was a whatever.
That's funny.
I must say, I just love that, even though there was a significant gap between the number 1, 2, and 3 and 4, it never felt over. Because we've seen so many guys blow up in the last section and others fly by, even though they were 15 seconds behind after the shooting. So it never felt done. And to see Dale finally come over that last that hill at the farm there, just before they go under the tunnel, it was a pretty thrilling race, to be honest.
It was, and I think anytime you can go to the final shoot and you have, let's see, we've got several guys in the mix for medals, and it certainly was open. It was fun. It was fun. There was a lot of guys going up, going down. It was enjoyable, and I just hope the women is the same way tomorrow.
Yeah.
Any favorites?
Yeah, I have a suspicion that might even be closer.
Yeah. Any favorites for tomorrow? Actually, here's a better question. Question.
Many.
Who would be tomorrow's version of Dale-Skjevdal, either in terms of the way you feel about them or sort of the same style of racing, coming through, that kind of thing?
Well, Doro came to mind right away. It's not as unusual for her to go clean, I would think, but think that would be emotionally close. And then again, I can, for almost every athlete, I can, come up with a story that would make me super excited. I don't think there's many on that race where I feel like, great for her, but doesn't really do much to me. Like,
yeah, so, I would think.
Did you ever connect with Tobias?
No, I'll close the loop on that in just a minute. But I think Dora would be emotionally. I think everyone would just lose their minds. I think Franzi, Preuss obviously is retiring and has not had the Olympics that she probably dreamed of. So that would be another one. They're going off in bibs 12 and 13, by the way. Oh, also, in case you haven't seen it, the French have announced that Justine will race instead of Camille. So Camille will be out and Justine will slide in. And then I was thinking of somebody who would race sort of like Dale-Skjevdal. I think
that would be a heartwarming story.
Yeah, right? So like potentially a lot of misses, fast skier. That would be pretty phenomenal, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Realistically, I think it's really between Lou and Simon.
Michelin?
No, well, yeah. I mean, she could be in the mix, but I think I almost feel like Simon and Lou, they must be in the mix to the end, unless something goes bad really early. But
yeah, I think so. It's going to take, because even if they do what Fillon Maillet did today and have 3 or 4 misses, I think they're still strong enough to fight themselves back into it time and time again. Same thing with Schierkeide, actually.
Yeah, I mean, depends a bit on the conditions, right? Because it was pretty windy out today, it seemed.
It was, yep.
So it just makes me think, because you were going to come back to Tobias. So maybe suggest that we don't typically see team tactics in biathlon a lot, but if the 4 Polish women at the start would go crazy for the first 500 meters and then ski side by side by side by side. and just
block
take their
the
time. Yeah, I mean, they're just, it's not like they're purposely blocking. They just happen to be trying to pass each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, permanently for the entire 2.5 kilometers. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I can't believe it's the last race coming up.
No, and I still have about 12 women that I would like to see on the podium, just like we talked about. I don't look at anybody and go, oh yeah, not her. So fingers crossed. I mean, I would love a miracle. Like I would love Baiba to have like the greatest shooting day of her life.
Oh, yeah. Well, she must be pretty confident right now after the relay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Folk to finally win a medal.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty thrilling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, lots of women.
Everybody. Yep. All right.
But in the end, I hope it will be a tight, exciting race. Yep.
It will be.
Okay.
It'll be great.
Thanks for listening.
It'll be exciting.
Everyone, and thanks for the feedback from people on in emails, and we had an explanation in more detail from Biathlon 23, Louise. Is it Louise? Anyway, about the congestion on the roads, etc. So appreciate that, and appreciate the feedback on the animation video. So thanks everyone, and we'll be back for one more tomorrow.
One more tomorrow,
and a recap. But
that's what I was going to say. Is there's no way we're not coming back on Sunday night to recap all this. All right, guys.